Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Quack&Co, the channel where everything is 10 minutes or less all the time, every time, and this is my best, worst, and verdict review of Trails. Trails, a game from Keymaster Games about gathering resources as you wander along a trail. You can be slowly moving your hikers along from one location to the next, gathering locations, taking the actions of the location, moving along, going ahead, converting resources into two other resources, moving over here, trading a resource to gather a photo, going over here, gathering more resources until eventually you make your way till the end of the trail, at which point you're going to start trading in your resources for these cards at the end of the trail. You're simply going along a hiking path. That's all you're doing. You're moving along, but then as you get to the end, you're going to have a few things happen. You can trade in those resources for those cards over there, which will be helpful because they're both going to give you points in general, as well as conversion aspects or different abilities on them as well. At the same time, you're also going to start moving this downwards once you get to the end of the trail, at which point you'll flip this pathway over and you will have a different location. They're going to be wandering back and forth across the locations, going around, slowly but surely having all the trails turn dark as you continuously gather resources, and every time you make your way to the trailheads, you have the opportunity to again convert those resources into the various cards. More cards will come out, more options will happen, and let's not forget the photos over here, because the photos will also give you the opportunity to vie over birds. You see the photos over here will give you different things from points to birds on them. So we have some points, some birds, we have no points, we have some birds, we continuously have no points, just birds so far, more birds, and then we have a point over there. You can be competing both for the points over here as well as for the most birds, because the most birds will also get you 4 points. And especially in a lower player count, that point swing between you and other players can be absolutely huge and impactful as you make these choices. You'll be wandering along, moving the bear. Where's the bear? The bear is somewhere over here. I've lost the bear. The bear is gone. There is a bear that will go. Where's the bear? The bear is somewhere over here. Here we go. We have a bear as well that will go on different trail spots, and when you activate the bear, you'll be able to activate the bear's location as well, rolling that die and moving the bear to that other spot on the board. You're going to have these actions as you wander along from spot to spot, simply converting resources from one another to one another as you efficiently try to plan through not just what you're doing, how you're moving, what actions you're taking, what conversions you're making in this fairly quick 30-minute or so long game. Plays 2 to 5 players, I believe, 2 to 4 players in terms of Trails. That's what's going on here. It's resource collection, it's converting things in, it's making a plan, trying to act on the plan, trying to choose the most efficient actions, trying to figure out where you want to convert things in, and that's the general idea of this game. So, what's the best part of Trails? What is the best part of this experience? We haven't even talked about the canteens yet, but what's the best part about this experience? Trails is quick playing, it's easy to teach, and it's surprisingly compelling for the lightness that it has. The game is simple. You're just moving along, taking a location, taking an action, trading things in. That's all you're doing. The art is very captivating. The art's very compelling, sure, but the pure engine on its surface level is just trade things in, get some stuff, do some stuff, but it works. It works because of the various cards you have and how you're trying to go for things and how you're trying to be mindful of the end game and how that end game approaches, how you're trying to choose different locations to get that spot before somebody else does, to land where the bear is, to take that bear action, to get the night spots which have a little bit more going on, but maybe that's jumping a bit too far ahead. You're constantly planning around what you want to do, how you want to do it in this very quick playing, surprisingly compelling, very enjoyable game from Keymaster Games. The worst part of Trails is that it's not Parks. You see, Parks is the big brother for Trails. Parks is the original game that Trails is semi-based off, same company, same designer, and Parks to me did all the things that Trails does well, but it did so with more cutthroatness, more competitiveness, more other elements of the experience mixed in. When you played Parks, you were playing the same general engine, but you had more going on. There was more cutthroat, there's more blocking, there's more stuff, but it managed to maintain that same simple charm. It managed to maintain the artwork, the elegance, the pure simplicity of the actions you're taking, but it added more strategy and depth to it. And for me, when I like that little extra strategy and depth, that means to me Trails is a great game. That's biggest crime is the fact that it's not Parks, which brings us fairly quickly to the verdict on this one, because I like Trails. I recommend Trails. I think this is a great game. If you're looking for a good game to give someone, a gateway game or something on the lighter side, if you want to introduce them to a solid game that will give you a degree of compellingness to the experience while not being overwhelming, I recommend Trails. I think it's solid. I think it's excellent. But if you are looking for that something extra, if you are looking for a little more cutthroatness in your gameplay, if you are looking for all the things that Trails does well at a slightly higher price point, but giving you twice, 3, 4 times as much gameplay out of it, then I think Parks is the one you want to focus on. For me, verdict-wise, that makes Trails a pass. It makes it a pass for me, not necessarily a pass for you, not necessarily a pass to whoever picked this up, whoever you're gifting it to, or any of that kind of stuff. I think Trails has a place. That place is not in my collection, because everything that Trails does well, Parks does better, and it does so with, well, more stuff. And that's basically it. That's the best, worst, and verdict. Good game. That was a follow-up to, in what is in my opinion, a better game. the big brother known as parks. And that's basically it. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Quack&Co, where less time watching means more time playing.